Okay, so got a little bit of news. I know some of the subscribers might be interested in hearing this, or at least excited to hear this. Carolyn has decided that she wants to keep the behemoth. I went back and forth on whether we're going to keep this or not. We've sold it once and bought it back because the guy didn't, well, I don't want to get in that story again. That's not part of the story. We fixed it up and it was $200 to fix it up. I took it through the woods. I guess I rubbed up against a branch or something. But anyway, well, I say $200. It was $100 to buy plus another, I don't know, maybe $125 to fix it back up. And it's a 22 horsepower. It's got the tractor tires on it. It's a 50-inch lawnmower. It can tow 1,500 pounds, whereas the John Deere can tow 500 pounds. So what is that, 3 times the weight? And the thing is I am really abusing the John Deere pretty hard. I've done a lot of things that really stressed it out. So it's only got 63 hours on it, and I just go back and forth on it. Do I really want to tear it up? So here we have this behemoth that can handle the job for $200, or this little tractor for $2,000 maybe. I don't remember what we paid for it, that can handle the job. So it's probably better if we preserve the life of that one as long as possible, just to cut the grass. Now, I don't cut the grass with it much anymore because we get so many lawnmowers in. Well, last spring, got so many lawnmowers in, we had to test that the grass was always cut. So I may have only used this a couple times this last season. So I do more than anything now is just start it up, let it run for a little bit, take it around the block and into the woods and bring it back and let it sit. I put a shutoff valve on the carburetor, that way I can run the gas out of it, and that's all that we have to do with this pretty much anymore. So I keep it covered up. I know I should keep it inside, but I don't have a place to put it. So we're going to keep this, and we're going to abuse the heck out of this one. It makes more sense to abuse this one. And the thing is I can't find a reason to use it. But here's what happened today. Carolyn said she wanted to keep it. So when she says she wants it, it's hers. It's fine. If we don't use it for what she thinks it's in her mind, she said there's nothing keeping us from selling it later. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to get a shutoff valve hooked up to it so we don't have to worry about the gas being in the carburetor all the time, and it can sit down here for a month and I don't have to worry about it. I might do some maintenance on it. It could use an oil change. It's not ready for an oil change, but I'm not going to do that today. So just today I'm going to get a valve on it. And then I noticed after I took this for the test drive that the tire's flat. So I don't know if I flattened it while I was taking it for a test drive. Not test drive, but it's monthly roundabout trip. So we're going to air it up and see if it's leaking. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut before the fuel line right here so we can put a shutoff valve in it. So this isn't a really tough job. As long as you got a pair of pliers and a pocket knife, it's pretty easy. Now we're going to do it before the fuel filter. That way you can change the fuel filter without gas leaking all over, like we're getting ready to experience right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut this off so we can get it on there as quickly as possible. So there is a direction on it that we have to find which direction the flow goes. So the flow goes this way. So it's got to go on this way. Here comes the gas. We're going to plug it up with my thumb, make sure we got the flow right. Then we're going to grab one of these clips. I should have, if I had another hand, this would be easier. So we have a clip here. We're going to put that on, slide it back a ways out of the way. her valve in. Bring her clamp back. Now we're going to put the clamp on the other side, on the other hose. Put the valve on. Put the clamp back on. And that's all there's to it. Now we're going to start it up and we're going to run the carburetor out of gasoline. That way it can sit here without that gasoline sitting in the carburetor all the time and crudding up the carburetor, making it where you have to clean it or replace it. So that's how much gas, that's how long it runs in the carburetor, just sitting there rotting and corroding your carburetor. Now I also have a leak on my valve here, so I got to figure out what's going on with that. So this turned out to be a harder project than it was supposed to be. So that hose is pretty in bad shape. It's going to be hard to show you, but I don't know. It's kind of dry rot is split in the center there. Maybe when I get it off, we'll be able to show you a little better what's going on. So I got some hose that I had laying around. We'll see if it's is long enough. If not, we may have to, I don't know, do some modifications or something. Okay, so I got the hose ran. I had two pieces of shorter hose than what I needed, so I put the fuel shutoff back here a little ways. If I ever sell it, I would have to make sure I pointed that out to them. But I also had to replace the fuel filter now, since the hose had to be replaced. And so when I was trying to get the hose off the fuel filter, it broke, which I expected. So we'll put a new one on it. Help if I put it on the right way. And then cut the remainder of the hose. Put a clamp on it. Now I'm going to turn on the valve and see if there's any gas leaking. We'll start the engine up now, since everything has been redone, just to make sure nothing's leaking. and then we'll shut it off with the fuel shut off. So that job's done, so we'll go over there and air up that tire, and then we should be done for the day. So okay, so now I'm going to pour some soap water on it to see if I can find any leaks. Found it. Right there. Okay, so I've aired the tire up 5 pounds more than it should be. It should be 10 pounds. I've aired it up to 15. The reason I did that is I'm going to plug it. And I want the plug, or I want the tire to shrink around the plug. So that I'm going to plug it, and then I want it to shrink around it. So here's the plug tool, and here's my plug. Okay, so I've shoved the plug and the plug tool into the hole of the tire. Now they also come with a cleaning tool, but I noticed that with lawnmower tires, the cleaning tool is just too much. Now you don't push it all the way in, you push it about halfway, you leave a little bit of it left out. Give it a couple twists, and then you're going to pull the tool out like that. Then you're going to trim up the excess. And now I'm going to let the air out, the extra air out. I'm going to use this to check the air pressure. Okay, so now I live off grid with 2 lawnmowers. So hope I can inspire you to have a backup so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.